Alright, we're live. Back to the grind today. I think the strategy we tried yesterday still makes sense, so keep sticking with that eternal hunt and try to stack up lives. Only thing I'll experiment with is see if taking something other than Utage gives me better value. Utage is probably the best option I have, but it still isn't great with no items. So maybe I'll try Arene, at least he has a ranged attack. Cutter is kind of an option if I can put her in spots where she can do damage safely, but there's not many maps where that's something I can set up. Maybe I'll try Cutter too. Although Arene is incredibly helpful on the second floor.
I won't ask about the meaning of this mission then.
Hello, sir. "21 enemies, so no the Corbear."
Alright then.
Split ship means we can AFK. Hello everyone. I think what I'm gonna do for the first few runs is, even if I get an forced item, I'm just gonna continue on. Because it's a waste of practice if I just reset over a minor item. I won't count the run if I happen to win with it, but I will stop resetting if I get actual items forced on by items. We'll just say it's a practice run. Because a lot of items barely make a difference. If I get something like spinach, that's an exception though, because that will affect the gameplay way too much. But something like 35 extra defense, which I get quite often for some reason, I can judge how much value it gives me and use it as relevant experience for the Rio run. Good evening, Raphael.
With hard work, even an idiot can get the job done.
Yeah, I've seen Pinecone's model. There should be a minor damage increase, which is about what I expected. It's because her talent doesn't benefit much from a small SP increase. Yeah, we can... Podenko's gonna work fine. If we get forced into the emergency ghost stage, she is a valid pick. What was the Pinecone's trade, by the way? I kinda forgot. Somebody write it out in the chat. The talent increase was a very minor SP gain, which functionally makes no difference. $20 is guaranteed no the Corbear.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, it's just a straight damage increase, which is fine, but it won't fundamentally change where you use Pinecone. It's kind of unusual for important models, but I don't have a list in my head of where I can actually use Pinecone for something. It's very rare that the reason you don't use Pinecone is because she doesn't do enough damage. So I can't really think of an example where she almost killed something before, but now we'll be able to kill it. Should be a fairly decent damage increase, since that stacks up multiplicatively with the attack increase you get from the module 2. I'll show it off once we get it out. It's probably only going to make a notable difference against enemies with extremely high defense, but I don't think she will hit some breakpoint where she's efficient against 1000 defense or anything like that.
With hard work, even an idiot can get the job done.
I'll probably get rid of the mines later. I value the stone way more than the mines. We're taking... Actually, do I even want 4 fights? Since I don't care about the emergency value. Unless I get a device from this fight, I'm skipping the emergency. It's kind of like a clicks model. It's slightly higher damage, but you have no reason to care about it beyond that, because the difference is so minor. Which is exactly what was expected. And is fine, because it's a fairly powerful archetype anyway.
Doesn't matter. Hey, catch.
Incidentally, I'm also fine with what Dronecasters got. They are overpowered anyway, so they didn't need some module that completely overhauled how their trait works. 31, so no the Kruber. Good evening. Тина, колко си я класа младеж, бе? Yeah, they get... Dronecasters get slightly more damage to their drone. It's a very minor difference, which again I'm fine with because it's an overpowered archetype. We do want this because it lets us remove a node, which probably means it's worth taking the fight.
There's a mission? I wanna go!
So we pick sheep up with Funk, Myrtle helps heal spot, and we should be fine from there. Do mines pull sheep? Or does it have to be an operator or someone hit? I guess we're gonna find out now. Yeah, so it's just the damage instance on the ship that pulls them. Good to know. Didn't play the Monster Hunter event, so I wasn't sure how that worked exactly. Don't use her skill, we'll need it in a bit. To let this thing through.
Doesn't matter to me. Holding a shield is tiring, pal.
I have to get serious now. Leave it to us. We're counting on you again today, little apple. Ooh, almost dozed off.
Item is probably useless, but I'm just here for the extra recruit. Yeah, we can't take the item. That's fine. clicks talent or clicks trait? The talent is just extra attack speed. She attacks almost as quickly as a normal anti-air sniper. Good shop. Yeah, we'll take it anyway. Might need it if we run into some bad stage. Should have probably took out one ingot, but I have no hope anyway, so if I get the encounter, it's just wasted value. Okay, and we have a bunch of fights. We can't use this rune for now. So low altitude and see what we get. Very good start. Probably the best I can possibly get. Yeah, exactly. Just a bonus challenge. I've beaten everything else in IS4, so while we're waiting for some more content to drop in,
Yeah, fine.
we're just doing a challenge run. $22 should mean no de Courbet.
Whatever you holding this shield is tiring, pal.
Only thing we really need is an E2 Myrtle, E2 Ingo of these, another caster, and Bubba as a defender. We're mostly covered on the basics, so we should be fine until the 4th floor. If we run into the Emperor's Blade, we're going to leak a bunch though. Other two bosses should be fine even if we fight them with this squad. Wonder if I can kill the Emperor's Blade with the mines. If I pick up an Utage, I have a shot, I guess.
Mission accomplished.
Best possible thing we can get right now is either a Rio Medic, because we need a bunch of medics for later, or Bubble. Caster upgrade is fine too. We can just take this, since it's outright better. If I go to the safe house, I'm just going to take a device from it, so there's no point. No, that doesn't make Chestnut is 2 more redeemable. That's just 1 extra range tile, right? Why I like Arc Knights. The gameplay is good. Good tower defense. Can't really give you a better breakdown than that, to be honest. Not sure what else to say. That's about the gist of it.
I'm here to help.
Yeah, fine.
We're counting on you again today, little apple.
Okay, we're set up. Stage is over. Okay, hello there.
We're counting on you again today, little apple.
18 means no de Courbet. Block this spider because it's a pest.
On standby.
Oops, bad timing at the mines. Look to bind the spider, so it doesn't hit Ethan. There we go, just barely out of range. Not that it would have mattered that much if it did, but it's a good habit for when I'm not paying attention. Yeah, I played a lot of old Warcraft 3 maps. Straight to E2 Pinecone, it's a really big difference. Path and then Scout probably. More for the E2 than the device. The device is low value because we have a migration rune. But the E2 is still worth it. The fight is technically most value, but going down and being blind isn't ideal. I need to know what fights I'm getting on the third floor to adjust my squad accordingly.
Good scenery here, Doctor. Ooh, almost gather around me, guys.
Never bother with the archers, just leave one body for them to stun. Unless you have a summoner where you can just drop one summon on them, it's never worth the hassle.
Alright then.
Ooh, gather around me, guys.
I have no idea what those are,
Ooh, almost dozed off.
so I couldn't tell you what the strategy is.
In position.
Okay,
Everyone, follow me.
we'll figure out what the strategy is when it comes to EN. I haven't watched videos of it and I haven't played it. It's more fun if I figure it out on my own, and then I look at what other people do.
Everyone, follow me. On standby.
I haven't tried the Zenless Zone thing, no. I saw that it was 110 gigabytes and then just didn't download it because it's 110 gigabytes. My SSD only has so much space. It's probably around August. Yeah, apparently ending 4 has been done. I'm just gonna guess that it's easier than ending 3, because ending 3 is a massive pain in the ass. But I don't know if that's true. E2 bubble makes way too much difference, especially when you have a weak medic. Give me a bad item, acceptable. Also, I played WoW recently, and that's enough Genshin for a long time for me. I can enjoy them only in small quantities. Open world games in general, to be honest. Have a good path for a change. And we can guarantee devices, so it's safe to go blind. This is the fight with the defense crushers, or... Oh no, this is the one where they run in a circle. Should be free. Getting this on the third floor is kind of unfair for the duck though. We'll retire Funk. Myrtle is plenty DP. I think I was 47 in WoW, but I haven't played in the last few days.
Let's go.
I never bother to farm in these games. I don't farm in Genshin either. I just log in when there's content.
Save us a lot
Once
of
I clear
time
the
if
open
you
world
just
stuff,
surrender.
I just leave it. You know, I play it like a normal open world game.
Gather around me, guys.
I don't really see the point in farming it like a gacha game.
目の前真っ暗になってねえか。
ドローン飛べ
We'll deploy Pudenko later. Pinecone first.
釘のようにここでしっかり
Because the casters can kill Pudenko. She is very fragile. Pinecone has quite a bit more health.
Oh, gather around me, guys. はい。
Okay, and Ethan's skill should line up with the duck.
はい。
Alright, GG.
暴力じゃ何も書いて
こういうぞ普段通り釘を打てば
Item will most likely be useless, but
普段通り
it's what it's.
大丈夫。はい。気兼ねを引く。
No, it's not even going in yet. Poor duck. I know nothing about Cuba at all. I recently learned that she is a 6-star and a Lord Guard. These are two things I did not know.
ただろう。まあ。
Yeah, item we can't use, that's fine. Since we don't have to pick it up. Gavio and Pure Stream. We're gonna need both to tank the ending 2 boss. Hooray, and we can get our 6 devices if we want to. Meaning we can go like this. Which is probably what we'll do.
後ろは私に任せて。お前ら
We
は
want every fight we can get after all. To try and convey how little I care about 6 stars, I was having a conversation in LD once about some 6-star, and I couldn't remember their name, so I described them as that 6-star acid drop thing. Now imagine how little I care about 6 stars who haven't been in the game for 4 years.
指示気兼ねを引く。
Yeah, this is better. We'll point Gavio at him.
Gather around me, guys.
治療してほしい。
バッテリーはまだまだ持つ。バッテリーはまだまだ持ちますよ。はい。気兼ねを。
On caster duty here or this side? No, I prefer her here.
アーツの治療
As a human sacrifice for the caster.
ここだ。これが見えないだろう。
Is that caster a Q gate or what?
ドクターの言うみんなどいて。バッテリーはまだまだ持ちますよ。
So many weaknesses.
アーツの治療範囲に入れ。
気兼ねを。
Okay, perfect.
わかりました。
Hello, Badak.
指示は。Oh, almost. Gather around me, guys.
Where's the mouse? Over here, obviously.
今助けてやる。
どこに皆さんの援護は任せてく。気兼ねを。
どうする。
I just realized that nothing was healing Bago this entire fight.
料理するには十分だぜ。
Being a Rio defender has advantages.
しっかりしろ。
Favorite Bulgarian food? How do you say shkembechurba in English?
今助けてやる。
Let's pretend that the Rio Bulgarian food isn't just red pepper and cheese. And say something else. It's like a soup made from a stomach.
完璧な勝利を得ることは
With lots of spicy ingredients.
ことと同じように大変なお仕事ですね。
Why not? It's awesome. Yeah, gut broth conveys it, but it doesn't really sound right to my ears. Though I kind of like how it sounds, I have to be honest. Wait, shit, why did I delete the fight? Should have just went in blind. So do we risk taking the boss key? No, I think it's better to skip it. Because I can get an item there and get screwed. And we don't really need anything for the boss. We can just go for blocking the boss on this one. What kind of 4-star is hard to use? Bad ones, I guess. Like, you can expand this to operator and I couldn't give you a better answer. No operator is particularly hard to use in isolation. What's her name? The awful Ak 5-star one. That one. Like, she's not difficult to use. She just doesn't work with a lot of stuff because her kit is so limiting. Once you know what to do with it, there's nothing difficult about it. It's just limiting and annoying to work with. Spuria. Okay. I'll pretend I'll remember that. One thing I don't like about this setup is that we have really limited block on the bottom. But it was the best option. With the operators we had. I guess everyone's eaten baklava, so it has to be popular. I don't particularly like sweet things though, so I don't eat it often. Less brain power and more just trial and error, to be honest.
With hard work,
Well, yeah, but
even an idiot can get
the fact that her tentacles don't do a lot of DPS doesn't make her complicated. No more than Link suddenly becomes complicated because her tentacles do a lot of DPS. You just deploy them on things, see if they kill them, and adjust from there. Same as any other summoner. Yeah, we can take this. We'll gain lives from it after all. Just need to make sure click hits the right lane. And we can skip on spot for Totter. By store stuff, do you mean something you bought from a bakery or something you got from the supermarket? Because with more specialized goods, you should go to a more specialized store. No, I'm running Eternal Hunt. Because it lets me stack up lives really fast. Think I need to deploy Bubble right away. Yeah, because I don't want to use it on skill that early. Pinecone, click. Pudenko, it doesn't have a good sword. She'll probably be on the top side. Medic can wait a bit. Now we can just have Gavio here. And we can retreat for Totter. Okay, decent setup. Everyone got a reasonable number of tiles. Some incoming leaks, probably. One leak is acceptable. Might be more than one. Guess this emergency is a bit much, even for a decent squad. Should avoid it going forward. Not that 2 leaks are a big deal. We got a rune that will give us a life point back, and we'll gain 1 shield from winning the fight. So that just puts us at neutral in terms of lives. Less that the placement is painful and more that the chest isn't worth the hassle to get. 2 hope is 2 hope. I'll grab a second medic first. If I get a promote, I can spend it on the medic that way. And this is what convinced me to take the fight. And it's the same fight as before.
I want to ask about the meaning of this mission then. Got it.
You're starting a new account and you're asking what the best 4-star is. Are you gonna reroll for 4 stars or what? Like, you don't get to pick them, you know?
We're counting on you again today, little apple.
If you're asking like what's most useful for the early game, it's stuff like Perfumer, because she's just a good, cheap general medic, and Pinecone, because she does a bunch of AoE damage that enemies in the early game really suck at. But that's just general early game stuff. And beyond that, you always want to level Myrtle because she's just generally useful for giving you DP. But again, it's just a question of what you have in the early game. You build what you have and don't think too much about it. Why the fuck is Pinecone here? I got distracted. It's not a big deal, but it's a weird deployment place for Pinecone. Use spot for extra block.
I see clouds rising. Probable hostiles in the snow.
Spot is better than Gummy at T1 in a lot of circumstances. Gummy S2 is a pain in the ass to use, so you're better off with Spot Cycle very often. Hooray, we can face tank this guy for a change. I mean, if you're only building 1 6-star, you have the resources to build a ton of stuff. If you just want to build the minimum amount of other operators you need to win, and your 6-star is Ray, then you just need to get Scene. Wait, that's basically it. Scene and then some Medic. And maybe some Reaper. But if you want to build 4-star specifically, then yeah, Myrtle, Perfumer, etc. If you're building 5 stars, just get Scene, Wapuma, Tequila. 2 of them are free operators. And that will beat everything with Ray. Some age stages and endgame content excluded, of course. Medic first. We don't need that much DP for this. Do we give up on spot? Might need the block. Yeah, you can get Scene. You can switch between shops. And you can clear the dailies to get her. There's a button to switch between new and old CC shops. It's really weird. I don't like it. Are you sure you can't just afford Scene off of dailies? Like, her pots are completely irrelevant if you do all the dailies, you know, because you get daily maps. Or have those been removed entirely? I usually start streaming about 30 minutes before now. That's about 5 p.m. for me, but
悪い人に
maybe different from you.
ドローン飛べ
治療の準備だ。今助けてやる。
A few stray hits won't kill Ethan. I should have brought in another medic though.
鳥のように
This comp will have a problem shortly.
オーモストした
アーツの治療範囲に入れ。
Few setups we can go with. One of which to the sacrifice spot once. We can draw a stray hit with Pudenku,
どういざもっとやれ
and we can use Ethan's skill
今
here.
助けてやる。
指示をどうぞ普段通り釘を打てば大丈夫
Hey, catch.
Oh shit. The car survived. What a tragedy. It's gonna waste a bunch of healing.
ドクターの言う通りにするよ
I see clouds rise.
みんなどいて
Not bringing in
たくさん見てきま
pure stream is a mistake, but I'm not sure if it's going to cost me.
大丈夫どこに行けばいいですか
しっかりしろ。
Do we give up on Pudenku? Nah, health is fine for now. We can give up on her later if we need to. Good bind.
指示を気兼ね
Won't be any use.
はいちゃんと聞いてます
Pretty sure I'll get screwed by...
普段通り釘を打てば大丈夫
And yeah. Bad play from me. I should have had 0 leaks here. Retreat Pudenku so she doesn't waste healing. And sacrifice Murto. It's because I used Pudenku's skill earlier. I should have had it up. Wait, I might leak the boss. That would be pretty stupid.
指示をバッテリーはまだ
I think Spot comes back up in time.
はい普段通り釘を打てば
Yeah, Spot will come back up in time.
釘を打てば大丈夫
Barely.
Great luck. Got a tailwind today.
Oops. Made the game smaller on accident. There should be one more attack coming from the boss.
何やってんだ。
Or not, I guess. Eh. Why couldn't I place him? Was that a misclick on my part or what? I don't know. Was weirded out by that. Pretty big mess up for me in any case.
Not my best shot.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. I couldn't drag him. Am I clicking on the items at all? We can take this. And Myrtle or Moose? Moose first. Don't know if I'm gonna get another guard. Wait, actually I'm not doing ending 1. But you don't have the items for ending 2. Just in case we get forced into ending 1, we'll get a Moose. Both are irrelevant. Okay, we have ending 2, but it's gated behind an emergency. Do we have a removal? Not really. So we'll have to see if we can do the emergency. Oh, wait. Okay, we can avoid picking up. Will we gain a new risk? No, but the extra money is worthless. We'll just keep this entirely. This one should be fine. And then we'll judge if we can do the emergency or not. I'll look to spend this after I burn a device somewhere. Yeah, just apply it like this. Not like I need the combat runes for anything. Is Bubble tankier than Quora? The short answer is no, they're about even. The long answer is that it depends on how much attack the enemy has. Bubble reduces enemy attack, and she also has higher health than Quora. Quora has higher defense. generally what you get is that Bubble is better off skill and Quora is better on skill, except against extremely high enemy attack, like 2000 or higher.
盾を構えるぞ I have to get serious now
Yeah, I can talk about it for 5 minutes, to be honest, if I need to explain it properly. But in short, they're about even, and at E1 Quora is outright better. They only become about even at E2. I wonder if Eaton charges in time for this guy.
Hope we're counting on you again
Oh well,
today, little
Myrtle's gonna
apple.
lose. That should be a leak, I think, because Pudenku has no damage. This map is surprisingly irritating.
治療の準備だ
Whew, almost dozed off
I should have used Plunder here too,
気兼ね
though it wouldn't have helped.
気兼ねを皆さんの援護は任せてくださいやっちゃおっか
This setup makes no sense.
今助けてやる
I see clouds rising. Probable hostiles in the snow.
はいバッテリーはまだまだ持ちますよ
アーツの治療範囲
ここだこ俺が見えないだろ
Oh, they stunned Pinecone. That's nasty. I thought they were gonna be able to reach Totter.
はいはいバッテリーはまだまだ持ちますよ
Come out. Stop hunting.
バッテリーはまだまだ持ちます
アーツの治療範囲に入れ
はい気兼ねをバッテリーはまだ
Gotcha.
指示をどうぞ気兼ねを引く
Foggy today. Bad luck.
わかりました
Using Bubble S2 instead of S1 was definitely a choice.
くらいになってねえか
今助けてやる
Surprisingly big pain in the ass.
はいよみんなど
Needed something to distract the snipers properly.
どこに行けばいい
I kind of just set up all my usual stuff and then noticed I'm out of
今助けてやる
operators to actually use. They should be fairly game-ending damage, because we'll get another debuff and I won't have the ability to stack lives anymore.
I'm here to help 体当たりだ
暴力で何も解決できないけどお前を料理するには十分だぜ
アーツの治療範囲に入れ
Hmm? Hello around me, guys. Hmm? はい。
Ow,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
short range.
普段通り釘を打てば大丈夫。
Won't be any use.
Yeah, I might do the chat picking operators again sometime later. I'm doing this first.
We won, Doctor, and that's what counts.
Should really add pure stream in the squad. This is unplayable, so we have to skip it, meaning we're forced into ending one. We can technically get ending 2 later, but it's unlikely. We're going down. It's less of a pain in the ass. Moves for later. Okay, so practical test should be playable.
問題なし。私に任せて。
We have 2 lanes we need to block, so we're keeping spotting. We're taking out Gavio.
I want to ask about the meaning of this mission then.
Podenku is going to be on drone duty, and then we try to deploy our stuff. I don't think I can kill the drone quickly enough, especially with only 1 Myrtle. So my prediction is that this map ends up badly. Maybe I should have E2'd Myrtle earlier. Well, if we do poorly, because of not deploying, we'll prioritize Myrtle a bit more.
忘れ物しないでね。
Don't think the mimic there is too relevant.
Don't worry, you got me. わかりました。Ooh, gather around me, guys.
Okay, we'll have Bubble take this lane.
立ち向かうぞ
Let's Not sure how I deal with the caster though. I can block them, more or less.
Alright then.
万物を潤すのがお水だ。僕にぶん殴ってやる。ん？
Yeah, about what I expect. Can't kill the drone fast enough. Maybe the anti-air sniper I picked last time was a better idea. Considering we can get killed by practical test otherwise. So I should have some way to kill the drone quickly. Which is basically a Rin or an anti-air sniper at T2. Or I should avoid this stage entirely. Totter's skin is great. I'll use it when it comes out. Hope you weren't expecting some deep insight into Totter's skin. That's something I can't talk about. How was I going to handle top? Oh, clearly the answer was that I wasn't going to. That went horribly. Okay, I'll try to pick up Arin when I get a guard ticket. He kind of works on that stage, because he can kill the drone without being in the slow aura. I'm not sure if he's fast enough. Might be an idea to just avoid practical test altogether.
私の出番ですね。
I prefer to call his kin Aragorn instead of Hotter.
忘れ物しないでね。
Save us a lot of time if you just surrender.
You have to admit it's accurate, if nothing else. So, notes from last time.
Don't see any harm
Get
in
some
this.
better fast anti-air. Pinecone's technically the best anti-air, but she's also expensive to deploy. And second, try to E2 Murta Warrior. With her operators being weaker, we might need her faster. Getting Scavenger E2 is also an option, since she gives TP almost instantly. But E2 Myrtle should still be the priority.
Mission accomplished.
With hard work, even an idiot.
Always May.
Done.
The last time Vermeer was used, Dejin Breacher wasn't even a boss. Let's try a pure stream start. It cheeses some floor 2 stages pretty well. And on Hand of Moss it doesn't matter.
問題なし。私に任せて。
Got it.
Look, there's two kinds of 4-star anti-air snipers. There's May and everyone else. You can think whatever you want about all the other ones, but none of them are remotely comparable to May in any way, shape or form.
Yeah, fine.
The gap is way too big. $20, so no duck.
指示を普段通り釘を打てば大丈夫。
Do I prefer Jessica or Meteor for what?
Don't see any harm in this.
はい、普段通り釘を打てば気兼ねを引く。気兼ねを引く。
Are we comparing skins or? Because I think Meteor wins with the one, with the latest one.
指示をバッテリーはまだまだ持ちますよ。 はい普段通
Don't see any harm in this.
りみんなどいて指示気がねよバッテリーはまだまだ持ちますよ はあ家を一軒建てるよりずっと大変でした
Well, gameplay-wise, I
ドクター
barely ever used either of them.
もしかして
I guess Jessica dodging stuff feels better than Meteor doing slightly more damage to drones. That's about as far as my insight goes there.
今壁が目の前で動いたって何言ってんだそんなことあるわけねえだろ
Just totter for everything. I don't care what the context is.
ロドス浄化小隊出発
Pinecone, that's a stupid question.
ここですか
We have a duck this time.
Alright then.
ドローン飛べ
はい普段通り釘を打てば普段通り釘を打てば
You can
大丈夫
translate the defense debuff as 35 extra damage for every 100 defense the enemy has. Do with that information what you will. Walk faster, please. Actually, I should deploy Pure Stream. Stun reduction and all that. The throw dog path.
ドクターの言う通りはいこっち向いて
What about Caper?
まだまだ持ちますよ
Ask a question with more words, please. So I can give a more nuanced answer.
釘を打てば大丈夫
If you want to hear me talk about Caper, I have a video where I do it for like 10 minutes or something.
完璧な仕事が
Go watch that.
できましたドクター満足して
Hooray,
いただ
squad
けま
size
した
limit.
か
Without her model, Meteor was consistently the worst anti-air sniper, despite having a bonus damage to drones, because her own damage is fairly awful. Let's try Arin this time. He's anti-air at least. Hooray! More devices. This costs less. Best item and 2 extra lives, so we can start stacking. We don't want anything else. 12 ingots isn't worth to hope. I guess we can take 3 fights. Of course, we got the most annoying one. Oh, it shouldn't be a problem with this squad.
分かった従うよ
But deploy spot first. Spot it on Pure Stream should be the order. And then a ring click.
忘れ物しないでね
Yeah, fine.
Or maybe a ring makes more sense first.
悪くない位置だね
We'll heal when the caster starts running.
Doesn't matter. So many weaknesses.
Pure stream and then click here. Ethan was a mistake, I think. Should have went for pure stream first.
水場の清掃なら得意だよ。
どうすりゃ俺が見えないだろう。
ピルッと一回
No, just didn't make it in time. A pity. Yeah. Deploying Ethan late was a mistake. There's enough enemies to kill me, I think. Should have been Spot, Arene, Pure Stream, Ethan. You think Arene is better against drones than Meteor? Depends on the drones and the tiles. If they have no defense and you have a bunch of small drones, Arene isn't that helpful. If they have 1000 defense, Arene is better. If they have like 700 Meteor, is way better. It really depends. There's also usually other considerations. Like beyond killing drones, which operator is actually more useful for the other enemies of the stage, which is usually going to be Arene because he can also block some random trash enemy. But maybe you have some use for Meteor's damage reduction as well.
Yeah, fine.
Dying on the second floor always makes me sad. Because I have to play this stage again. Truly the most horrible fate in IS4. Yeah, there haven't been any Rio drones in forever. The last time we had a Rio drone, as far as I'm concerned, is in Chapter 8. Nothing ever came close to the artillery drones again. In Chapter 9 we didn't have anything. Chapter 10 had the invisible drones that kill themselves. Chapter 11 had the stupid spawners, and Chapter 12 reused the stupid spawners. Or were rather the Chapter 12 spawners were. The suicide enemies were in Chapter 11 and the spawners were in Chapter 12, which is kind of a recycled suicide enemy. And then Chapter 13 didn't have anything flying, right? At least I don't remember anything new. I do think that the game would benefit from having more things that fly in it. Because a lot of stages start to feel pretty one-dimensional when you're limited to enemies within a certain defense and res group, and they have to follow some basic pathing. Yeah, the Chapter 8 drones are my favorite enemy in the game, by the way. I like how if you stun them after they have started their laser, their attack still hits, because they're just telling something off the map where to hit. Their attack isn't actually tied to them. It represents what they're supposed to be, just scanning drones for artillery really well. You shoot him and he dies. I like Minimalist well enough. It's an okay boss. The event mechanics kind of screw him over. He's an okay boss without the cars. Try him and see for yourself. Like, he has mechanics and shit. But when you can buff yourself with the cars, he becomes too squishy. Needed an extra 100,000 health or something, I think.
はい黄金を引く
To compensate for all the buffs the cars give you in Icy. By the way, 4 stars can just barely kill him on S4 without cars, and it's only because of Totter. It wasn't possible before, the first time it ran.
Doesn't matter. So many weaknesses.
指示バッテリーはまだまだ持ちますよはいよ見えたよバッテリーはまだ
Though I think drones work better as distraction rather than the main boss. Because when you can't interact with it and it just flies around, all you have to do is select something to tank it and then
Even an idiot can get the
shoot
job
it.
done.
Which is fine for a basic enemy, but you want a bit more out of the boss. You can of course have a good stage with a very simple boss. Let's try Pudding.
I'm being assigned to combat? Oh. Just give me
Yeah, anti-air snipers have been kind of useless for a while.
どこでしたっけ
Especially because everything else can kill drones just fine
All right
anyway.
then.
So they suck at their only job.
ここですか
Though I think Totter's attack animation is boring.
The shield is tiring, pal.
I mean, he shoots a crossbow. Kind of reminds me of Age of Empires archers.
まだまだ持ちますよドローン飛べ指示を普段通り
I guess.
打てば大丈夫
Not sure how,
まだ持ちますよ
not sure how dramatic you want shooting a crossbow to be. If he was a 6-star, I'm sure lights will be flying everywhere and everything. But that wouldn't really make it more visually interesting to me. Yeah, he just leaves the crossbow, an arrow comes out and then puts it down. That's why I said it reminds me of Age of Empires.
Whatever you say. Whatever you. So many weaknesses.
But I hardly look at him when he shoots. I look at what he shoots at, so it makes no difference to me. Gonna be honest, I really don't care for the animations one way or the other.
Hard work.
It's not
Even
what
an
I
idiot
play the
can
game
get
for.
the job done.
I can make fun of Golden Glow's animation all I want, because her base animation is stupid, but I have zero real interest. Like, there are games with much more interesting animations. If I wanna watch the animations, I'm gonna go play Doom Eternal or something. Hooray, squad limit. E2 Pinehorn. Oh, were you asking about the skin?
分かった
I haven't looked at it. I don't really check stuff before they come out. Or look at the news, like ever. I need 3 more ingots to get both. Might as well. Most Dark Knight's animations are goofy. As long as it doesn't have a Sutter S3 sound tied to it, I can live with it. But that's accurate to how a crossbow works too. Like, it's supposed to pull the string on the crossbow like the other artillery shooters do or what? It's just how a crossbow works, no? Or do you wanna kill the shadow? I guess here works.
やっちゃおっか
Yeah, yeah, fine.
That was needlessly precise. Need click to kill this one. There we go. We can use pudding to pop the shadow early. And she can kill it with bounces. We can also just use Pinecone to delete it entirely, since everyone else can mostly hold that side.
Doesn't matter to me. Don't see any harm in this.
Careful!
Hi. ちゃんと指示を普段通り釘を基盤ねを普段通り釘を打てば大丈夫。
Electric charge!
僕の番慌てん苦しい。
はい。ちゃんと聞いてます。
Yeah,
Whatever
she's
you say.
expensive but worth it.
Whatever you say. Holding a shield is tiring, pal.
Yeah, unless you add flashing lights, it's not gonna look any different for a real crossbow. That's how a crossbow is kind of like a gun, because the arrows already, the bolt is already loaded in. So there's no dramatic pulling back of the string or anything. They could have done that for the reload animation, but maybe he just has an automatic crossbow.
Job.
Why not if we have guns?
Can you put this in my evaluation?
Again though, I don't really care about the animation, one way or the other. You can feel however you want about it. I already have a ring for the drone killing. And again, what am I exactly picking Totter for if he isn't gonna scale with item? Do I just go straight to May? Arin's base skin is unusable. He has fucking short pants. I will not stand for that. Like, he tries to look all serious and he has fucking short pants. You cannot intimidate an ant with short pants on. Not sure what I want to take. Caper's decent without buffs, so maybe her.
Finally giving me a real fun job.
Got it.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with basic attack animations. As long as they convey that shooting is happening, that's enough for me. Incidentally, this is a really bad squad for this map.
Alright then.
We'll swap her out for Pinecone later.
Doesn't matter to holding a shield is tiring, pal.
Let's look at all that hair on your head.
Yep, electric diffusion.
My turn now.
We can just put her here. I only really need her for the casters anyway. Okay, good target swapping, but wait a little more. Now we can just board here. There's no extra caster.
Mission accomplished.
Does Pramanix S2 attack? Doesn't it stop her from attacking?
完璧な仕事ができました。ドクター、満足していただけましたか？
Yeah, I remember there was some huge write-up on Rosmontis. She's not a 4-star, so I've never looked at it though. The only thing I care about in animation is that it's visually clear. If I can understand what's happening, that's plenty for me.
問題なし。私に任せて。
I've seen the Rosmontes thing discussed, but I've never looked at it. To be clear.
Es que puedes atraparme. Ni de broma.
Yeah, we can have spot here.
What are you waiting for? Because your fastest crack.
Medic next. Or maybe we can cut straight to Pinecone.
Doesn't matter to me. Don't see any harm in this.
Yeah, straight to Pinecone is fine.
ですか？
And click can just kill the chest. We should have enough damage here.
はい。気兼ねを。What are you with this? Ve a casa con tu. 冷たいお水をかぶって目が覚めた？はい。バッテリーはまだまだ持ちますよ。はいよ。はいよ。
You know, the constant stuns are kind of helpful for keeping Click alive against the chest. Funny but true.
バッテリーはまだまだ持つ。気兼ねを。普段通り釘を打てば大丈夫。
Okay, give them another target to hit. And she can help with the chest too.
I'm up.
Pay attention to when the health gets really low, which is now.
指示をどうぞ、ドクター。
Okay, there we go. Too much effort for 2 ingots. I probably won't need. Platinum's E2 art is much better than her skin anyway.
That was such a thrill! Can we do it again?
Yeah, the stun snipers were friendly this entire time. This has no gameplay effect. This run is kind of weird, because I'm happy when I see a terrible item. Four fights is decent. Possibly 5 if I get lucky with devices. E2 Pinecone, so this is a free win. Oh, no Eaton, so it's a bit difficult. Should be fine. We're gonna believe in Pinecone. Wait, shit, I have the stupid injury trigger. Okay, so we're using a defensive tile for Pinecone. So she can safely dispose of the drone.
はい。指示をど普段通り釘を打てば大丈夫。
Arin's gonna die now, right? Yeah, we're probably dead here, because nothing can reach the bottom.
What should I play with you guys?
Whatever you say.
指示をはい。気兼ねを。
Should have picked Otter, I guess. The
はい。
better strategy here would have probably been to ignore Pinecone entirely and the drone and just let it leak and just set up here to start killing these guys early. Yeah, the medic's not gonna do anything. Like, they'll just die under the medic. And neither Arin nor Spot can clear anything. I think the correct play there would have been to just place Pinecone or farther away and just let the drone leak. Though it would have been playable with Humus or Utage. So that's kind of a minus of picking Arena, I guess. The drone stage, ironically enough. That's purely because I lack trio melee bodies to use. Yeah, I didn't expect a good model for Pinecone. I honestly think she should not get a good model because she's already strong. You don't want to give good models to good operators. That's overkill. Might die here if the second fight is prison and I get a bad recruit. We'll see. It's an okay model, it's a bit of extra damage. It's nothing that's worth discussing in detail. Same as click model.
敵地はどこでしたっけ？
Once it comes out and I swap it out properly, I'll remake the video about models and I'll cover all the 4 stars models. Since we're not getting a relevant 4-star model until we get some new meta 4-star. Which will probably never happen, but details. What do you mean trust? We know what the model does. It just increases the talent to by a little bit here. To 1.6 I think. It was a 0.1 extra SP on the talent. So basically nothing.
Whatever you so many weak
Permanent SP would have been super broken.
はい。はい。バッテリーはまだまだ無駄。
12F outer will be a 5-star, not a 4-star. We have Norcorn. And Durin will be the 6-star, obviously, before you mention Yatu. That's just how it works.
はい。普段通り釘を打てば大丈夫。指示気兼ねを引く。はい。普段通り釘を打てば大丈夫。
I don't inhale the copium, I'm more of a drinker. No spearhead, so we should fail to kill the bear.
指示をどうぞ。
Unless we get some ridiculous spot dodge here. Nope.
指示をどうぞ。バッテリーはまだ
Bye bye bear.
持ちますよ。
Alright, so Durin is like sleep is for the weak and then immediately falls asleep. And then a meteor falls from the sky and kills everything. W outer style. I guess that works for a 6-star. Maxed out luck Durin.
はい。気兼ねを。
No, we're actually gonna kill it. How unexpected.
釘を打てば大丈夫。はいよ。はいよ。
Wait until the attack animation finishes.
Yeah, fine.
はい。こっち向いて。指示。
Mission accomplished.
Nah, Durin outer just sleeping the entire time, no matter the class.
With hard work,
Like her animation is
even
just
an
being
idiot
asleep.
can get the job done.
We actually kind of need that in the game. Bubble is a bad thing to get so early. If the next stage is emergency prison, I'm going to... well, not die, but leak a bunch. Which is less than ideal. Ghost C is doable. We can use Bubble to distract caster shots.
やってみる。
A 6-star that opened the black hole and one-shotted everyone. We already have that, it's called W.
今回はどんな
Like, the animation is just a bit different from a black hole, but that's it. In effect, it's the same thing.
釘のようにここでしっかり支えます。
Liberator Durin, obviously. Because she already is a caster, right? It only makes sense. We're floating a bit of DP. Okay, that should be enough for what I wanna do.
Yeah, fine.
After we deal with this guy, we'll pull the caster and then use bubble to distract shots.
Don't see any harm in this.
Should just click the caster here, because click isn't charged up. No. What's the timing on this? No, I whiffed it. I'm rusty with casters. If I timed it right, Bubba would have absorbed one attack entirely. And then we'd walk out. Think I needed to wait about half a second more. It's not a huge problem. That's what we have Eternal Hunt for after all. Same as usual. Same as usual. We'll be doing better once we have IS-5 to play. So in about 2 weeks from now. I'm too lazy to check what collectible you mean. Is it the teapot or something else? Nah, you just have a skill issue with reading. Is all. Don't worry about it. Most people do. Good luck with stealing 4-star strategies. I would, unless you really enjoy IS-3, I will really advise against finishing it. Okay, so these are stuff I need later, but getting them so early is really bad. Hopefully I have some kind of recovery in the shop. I absolutely do not. We don't have a medic here, right? Pretty good shop. Wish I had more money and a better squad. Oh, oops. I picked up a King's Relic apparently. Okay, if I reach 1 life I'll reset. It doesn't really matter until then in any case. I'm going to die on the 2nd floor, so it really won't matter in any case. Just take Vigna. I need damage. Yeah, I know the paper gives ASPD. It's not banned. Only the actual combat relics are banned.
We'll be fine if we stick together.
There is no free Mumu. She's not a 4-star, so she doesn't exist. I'll be really surprised if we make it off the 2nd floor with such a horrible draw. Getting 3 defenders and a brick shop was pretty cursed.
Yeah, fine.
This stage is fine, obviously, because anything clears the stage. Realistically, I can do it with the starting operators. Then I'll leak 1 or 2 dogs at most.
指示を基盤ねよ
Holding a shield is tiring, pal.
Sluggies should be playable, because we have so many bodies. Casters killing them constantly won't matter.
釘を打てば大丈夫
I think I'm screwed on... No, two of them should be fine. Unwoe is the only annoying one. But as long as I attack the heavy with Bobo, we should be fine on Unwoe too.
はいあはいよ見えたよ行きます
Mission accomplished.
皆さん素晴らしい戦いぶりでしたドクター
Medic is pretty good. It translates to value from the defenders.
戻ってからに
Perfumer might have been a better pick, considering we have a non-existent early game. And her DP cost is will hurt us more than Perfumers. But she should scale better for what we need on the 5th floor. Because it wasn't the same setup. If they attack in a certain pattern, they end up falling off the map. But it depends on when they start attacking, which is why I only have a ranged operator in their range. If you have some melee operator, they can attack sooner than Pinecone. They will get into a different pattern. Ergo, it's not the same setup.
はいバッテリーはまだまだ持ちますよお水のお届けだよ指示をドローン飛べ戦闘態勢に入ったわ冷たいお水をかぶって普段通り釘を打てば大丈夫普段通り釘を打てば大丈夫引き金を引くほらほら
Let Vigna kill the chest.
お寿司がたぎるあはいよ発射
Alright then.
指示を普段通り釘を打てば大丈夫
Mission accomplished.
By investing 500 ingots in the shop.
完璧な仕事ができましたドクター満足していただけましたか
How are Mostimo or Arturia going to make them fly? They fly when they get an increase in movement speed, not a decrease. If your Mostima can make them fly, she's probably a traitor. Ingots are... Wait, I shouldn't be doing this. I could draw into an item and have to... and screw myself. We looked out into a device though. How does that work exactly? You mean they spend longer in this position? Because they only get the movement speed here. Shouldn't they be already be able to shoot here? They have 2 tiles of range, right? So there should be no delay. Yeah, they get delayed before they reach the center of the tile, but they don't have movement speed until they reach the center of the tile. So it shouldn't matter regardless. Like, to observe the movement. Okay, if it's 1 tile range. No, it's more than 1 tile, that's a tile and a half. So they can start flying in that small window if you slow them with something like Mustima. That's really weird. Or do they start doing it later? Because the window no longer lines up? Yeah, that should be possible. I guess you just don't deploy Mustima on this stage.
水場の清掃なら得意だよ。行きます。はい。あ、喧嘩ってルッと一回転。
Yeah, fine.
Will she leave long enough for Spot to heal? I guess not. We can
Doesn't
wait
matter to me.
50 seconds, but I don't care enough about it. Let's just go to the next stage.
はい。あ、はい。普段通り釘を打てばバッテリーはまだまだ持ちますよ。
Yeah, I'm surprised they can start flying in such a small distance.
このままノーカットで作戦記録に使えるじゃん。
Yeah, I can just stall some enemy. I just don't want to. Ingots are relatively worthless to me. No, we got the injury trigger curse again. So close. And then we have a bunch of fights here. We do have Ethan and Bubble, so this time the fight is trivial.
今壁が目の前で動いたって何言ってんだ
There's no reason for Vigno.
I won't ask about the meaning of this mission then. Got it.
I have 3 defenders, dude. I could have an E0 Ethan and I'm still gonna win this fairly easily.
のようにここでしっかり支えます。指示を気兼ねを引く。
Like, Bubble is gonna kick their ass on
悪い
E2
人に立ち向かうぞ。
without much help even.
鍵を打てば大丈夫。 鍵を打てば大丈夫。普段通り鍵を打てば大丈夫。
Spot next
Yeah,
to
fine.
heal Bubble.
はい、気兼ねを引く。
Whatever you say. Catch.
どうすりゃいいんだいざもっとやれ
やっちゃおっか。
Then I'm sure Monster will give us very long monologues in the story.
ちゃんと聞いてもお水のお届けだよ。
Face tank. Or Ethan will just bind off skill. Yeah, it works to Ethan.
ちゃんと
Good
聞いて
job.
ます。はい、気兼ねを引く。はい、気兼ねを引く。発射。指示、気兼ねを引く。ほらほら。
Now we'll get more text, but it will be monster speak. So you don't have to read it, you can just skip.
気兼ねを引く。バッテリーはまだまだ持ちますよ。And here I won't back down.
ここだここ目の前真っ暗に
トゲトゲアタック。
Oh, the monster can kill core on
Whatever you
skill.
say. Holding a
I'm
shield
kind of
is
surprised.
tiring, pal.
どうすりゃいいんいざもっとやれ
What boss do we have anyway?
With hard work,
With an
even
E2
an
bubble,
idiot can
maybe
get
we
the
won't
job
have to
done.
leak the Emperor's Blade for once. Click is E1, right? Yeah. So caster then. Yeah, Perfumer heals summons just fine. Free win of a boss fight. I'd prefer to find the lost and found later. I want to eat every fight here. It's too much value to leave behind otherwise. Leave Core out of it.
皆さんの戦い方を
She's not tanky enough at
しっか
E1
り
anyway.
勉強させていただきます。
I mean, considering where Monster comes out of, I think where she puts it is fairly obvious.
立ち向かうぞ。
Hint, it's a very dark place. Just go straight to Pinecone.
釘のようにここでしっかり支えます。ドローン飛べー。僕にもぶん殴ってやる。
Human sacrifice.
戦闘態勢に入ります。普段通り釘を打てば大丈夫。
I hate dodging ranged attacks at melee.
お水のお届けだよ。はい、バッテリーはまだまだ持ちますよ。はい、バッテリーはまだまだ持つ。みんなどいて。
Alright then.
指示をバッテリーはまだまだ持ちますよ。喧嘩だわ。冷たいお水をかぶって目がさ。指示をどか。
Kai crazy. 17, so no the Corbear.
はい、普段通り釘。
Holding his shield is tired.
暴力じゃ何も解決できないけど
Can he one-shot Pinecone with the splash attack? I only half her health. That's not that bad.
はいよ、見えたよ。
So he only does 3000 damage or something.
Mission accomplished.
She would die to a boxer, I'm sure.
完璧な仕事ができました。ドクター、満足していただけましたか？
Yeah, sometimes I think of Vigna as a cheaper gravel. I'd get Myrtle, but I need to conserve the hope a bit. Ingots are useless. No, I have so many of these. I guess I'm just gonna burn human. To stack a stupid amount of lives. As a bonus, I have an excuse to avoid the shady shithole. I need Pinecone on the left side. There's no way the map is playable without that. I will not get fucked on the... I could cover both lanes here, but I can't really out-heal the casters. So I guess we're gonna have to do the
見てなさい。
Pinecone on this side
こ
and
こ
then
からは
Reda and
私の
Vigna.
時間よ。
What an annoying map. What do you mean still streaming? I started like 2 hours ago.
バッテリーはまだまだ持ちますよ。
Is that supposed to be a long stream? Kids these days.
行きます。
Kind of hinted with Vigna there. Only way out is if caster moves forward enough. Nope, that didn't work. Well,
はい。
hopefully Spot buys me enough time so I can deploy Pure Stream.
普段通り釘を打てば大丈夫。
Pretty sure I just messed up though. I'm not even 30 yet. No flashing light yet. Okay, that should be it. Oh, it has a separate attack. Does that kill? 874. Let's find out. Next attack will 100% kill. So we might as well just retreat her now. I really messed up. Should have deployed Pure Stream first. Don't think this is really recoverable, and I'll just end up with a bunch of leaks. Because I needed most of the other bodies to deal with the caster that's now going to come over and kill Pinecone. Incidentally, I should have faced Pure Stream up. Kind of panic there. Curse their short range. We can at least kill this crocodile. Wait until one more steps into range. No, click died. That is not surprising, but is sad.
So many weaknesses.
Mostly just messy play from me. Have a bad habit of deploying my DPS too quickly. Should prioritize the medic a bit. Since they can tank damage better. The record is 0 since nobody has done it. As far as I know anyway. If somebody's done it before, feel free to correct me. E to Pure Stream, we need more healing. That was yesterday. If by a few hours you mean around 20 hours, then yeah, you're right. Otherwise, you might want to lay off the drugs a bit. Which are probably either alcohol or weed, judging from the severe memory impairment. Sure, the time zone thing. I don't know which one that is. I haven't smoked it before. Now we can face tank Avengers if we need to. I just want to deploy Pinecone first. How much sleep deprivation do you need to get issues with memory? I've gone for 2-3 days without any memory impairment at least. We'll have blocking ready for later, but we need the skill ready, so we want to kill this Avenger first. Okay, there we go. I won't deploy spot for now. I might need extra block behind Vigna instead. How much damage does the Avenger do? Nothing. That's an easy tank. Okay, let's see where we need the block. Here.
Yeah, fine.
Mission accomplished.
俺だって頑張ったぜ。あんたも見てただろ。なあ。
Do we have people who don't enjoy weedy? Weedy aside, I actually don't enjoy weed. I think it smells like crap. Just go for alcohol instead. Yeah, craving's a freebie. Fairly sure I'm forced into the first caster league though. Cause no DP. But we can go for Bubble. Okay, so is leaking one caster worth what I'm gonna get from it? Yes. Yes it is. Might not even leak one caster. Depends if Vigna can 1v1 the trash mobs, which I'm pretty sure she can. She cannot.
もし仲間が一人急に姿を消してもパニクんなよ。
We can actually use this setup, I guess. That will work. Now Pure Stream will buy time for Pinecone to be deployed. Because she's a T2, she can take a few hits just fine. Okay, we'll have 0 leaks. Do we have Ethan here or... No, I prefer one tile back. Then we swap out Vigna, and the other two will be bodies for the double caster wave at the end. Fuck this chest, we're not bothering with it.
どうすりゃいいんだ。
Is the bear that's going down or... Spamming Pinecone time. Hooray! Human sacrifice is carrying the day. Awkward squat for the 4th floor. High life count though. From the future is a different YouTube channel, I think. Mostly made avatar videos. We have a high amount of medics. Go for the snipers. Try Meteor again. Or just avoid playing practical test. That's an option too. To be honest, I do need some sniper anyway. At best I'm gonna get a device. E1 Eton and low amount of damage. I might have to leak the boss.
Leave the long distance support to me.
Got it.
And then Orchid Mary's spot, obviously.
悪い人に立ち向かうぞ。
喧嘩か。ちょっと隠れておくか。来た来た。
お水のお届けだよ。
どうする目の前
We don't care about
なってねえか
saving him for the boss too much. Although that was very unfortunate.
行きますトゲトゲうわスリップ一回転ドクターの言う通りにするみんなどいて
Okay,
Wind is blowing in the right
we're licking the boss straight through, I guess. Not much
chance.
I can do about it with the extra dead Ethan. We'll give it our best shot, of course.
それ不法投棄だよはい時のよ
Perfect chance.
指示をどうぞ基盤を引く
Hopefully the boss leaks through.
はい
Otherwise he'll just cause more leaks.
指示を
Maybe deploying Ethan first when he's Z1 isn't the best idea.
Perfect chance.
Well, we have so many lives that this isn't game ending. And we'll get even more in a bit.
喧嘩冷たいお水をかけ見えたよ俺が見える普段通り鍵を打てば気兼ねを気兼ねを
Oops.
Critical hit.
That was a bit sloppy. Should have blocked.
指示をどうぞドクター
Might have leaked anyway, because these guys will get melted
はい
by the blades.
引く言っただろ僕はすっごく強いんだって
Do we have a green rune? Not really. E to Ethan immediately. Kind of want to avoid practical test. And any stage that has a requirement to open quickly, which is all of them. I have no use for the scout. E2 core for later, I guess. There's many ways to reduce it. Through runes, through items, through a squad that reduces it. Defense should be mostly playable. I don't have something to cycle with Ethan though, so we should expect a bunch of leaks. And then I'll have to go down to check if this is a lost and found. What I'm lacking here more than anything is, well, other than a vanguard and damage, is removals. I don't have the tools to avoid fights on the 5th floor. My prediction is that I'll make it off of this floor and then die on the 5th floor before I reach the boss.
皆さん出発の準備をしてくださいよろしくお願いします
Vigna can no longer 1v1 these guys
戦闘態勢に入ります
off skill, so we're gonna need to deploy her really early so she can charge up to kill this one. Let's try some different tiles for a change. I always use the same tiles.
おっすあんたなんかに負けない悪い人に立ち向かうぞやっちゃおっか
The downside is obvious, that I might get eaten by these, but as long as I do a sufficient amount of damage first, it shouldn't be a critical issue.
ここですか
ここだこ目の前待って
Having to use the bind on them is a much bigger issue.
I'll stay vigilant.
はいよ
Critical hit.
エリアはまだまだ持ちますよあ水場の清掃なら得意だよ
This is the shot.
はい気兼ねをはいこっち向いて
We can face tank this one.
指示を気兼ねを
It's not a good time for me to be eaten though, so we'll just block it like this. I'm forced to use it on Bind early.
This is
気兼ねを
Next hit and we heal.
喧嘩冷たい
Stay still for a bit.
目が覚めた気兼ねを
feel the wind.
Should have used Gavio instead of Pure Stream, but Gavio is Iwando.
はい
E2 Gavio would do better.
This is the shot.
More of a functional cycle.
指示をバッテリーはまだまだ持ちますよドクターの言う通り発射指示をバッテリーはまだまだ持ちますよ
いざもっとやれ
Feel the wind.
はい気兼ねを普段通り釘を打てば大丈夫
戦闘対戦 This is the shot.
This is what happens without the skill, by the way. Just in case you were curious. I've gotten this far so far. Yeah, that's about what I was expecting. Click was the only real damage there. I need a more caster-centered DPS team. And I just lacked that.
違ったのかなごめんなさい上手にでき
Wait in expectation. That's a shop. So this turn should be dead on arrival on the 5th floor. Don't give me a real item, please. Thank you. Yeah, we have some stuff we can use here. We need one more, so we're not completely blind. And we'll take this. Might need an E2 sniper. The extra health doesn't help if I waste it all on the way. Okay, we're going to assume we can reach ending 2 and we get really lucky and find it on the 5th floor. So I'm gonna invest all my money to get the deploy. Hmm, 6 extra lives or 2 squad limit?
There's a mission?
I barely have anything in this squad, so I might actually just take the 6 extra lives. Cause the rest of the squads will just be filled in with fodder anyway. This squad can't beat ending 2 or ending 1, so this run is essentially bricked. But let's see how it looks like. Don't give me a real item, please. Okay, that's not a real item until it's stacked. Don't give me a real item, please. Thank you. Okay, so we're forced into ending 2, which will kill us. So, only move here is to take the boss key, it being a lost and found, and getting it from there. If it's anything else, we're just dead. It's something else, so we're just dead. Yeah, okay. Ending 2 is the easiest by far, right? I have a chance of doing ending 1 too, if I have enough items. Which stage will kill me slower? This one has less enemies, right? It's also unplayable. I'll die to both stages, so it doesn't matter. What do you prefer kills this run? Confusing appearance or the mounts and seas? I'm not allowed to take this item, but I'll die before it gets a stack, so it doesn't matter. Confusing or mountain? Okay, most people want to see me die at mountain. I don't think this stage is even that hard, but I absolutely do not have a squad that can beat it. So we're just going to die. Need an E to Roberta to make it playable. What do you mean by spears? There are no spears. And no, Bubble cannot tank them.
目的地はどこでしたっけ？
So we're just licking everything on the first few enemies. There is zero chance we can fight them.
Blowing in the right direction. Critical hit.
Whew, I have to get serious now. Ikimasu.
Honestly, I don't think this stage is that hard. From the floor 5 pool. I do think it's unplayable for my squad.
We're counting on you again today, little apple.
Even without the extra buffs.
This is the shot.
どうそれが見えないだろ
Can I at least kill the tower buffs?
手を構えるぞ。
Feel the wind.
産物を潤すのがお水だよ。Hey, dummy, bring it on. バッテリーはまだまだ持ちますよ。We're counting on you again today, little. バッテリーはまだまだ持ちますよ。
Yeah, this is because it was in the bosky. Only reason we went in
Critical hit.
is because we were looking for the lost and found, and we were dead if we didn't find it.
大丈夫。
So I can't say I have much of an issue with it. I knew I wasn't ever going to be able to do any floor 5 fight.
Critical hit.
Just in case you're curious how much damage these guys do.
戦闘態勢に入ります。
5171. Not bad.
Critical hit.
I would have died to either one. Even if I survived them, it wouldn't matter, because I can't kill the boss with this squad.
This is the shot.
So I was dead before I ever entered the stage. What I need for floor 5 is fight removers,
Perfect chance.
so I can avoid actually doing any fights. The only relic I haven't unlocked is the one that gives you bonuses when you're at 0 devices,
This is the shot.
because it's a stupid ass relic. Because somebody asked, no, Bobo cannot survive a hit. GG. I had even less chance with the boss keep buffing all of their stats, but even without it I would have died. That was a pretty decent attempt. We just need to get a similar run and then have better runes and a few more specific recruits. Point is, it's playable. There is a really powerful relic I can pick up on the way that doesn't affect combat stats, but gives you extra recruits. Actually, I'll let you decide. You know there's a relic that gives you extra recruits, right? So, is that allowed or not? I did lose. I wouldn't say I made any tactical mistake there, to be honest. That was just down to RNG. Yeah, I'll let you vote on it for a while, if you want to change your mind. There's a relic that gives you 2 recruits from fights instead of just 1. It's incredibly powerful. The transceiver or something, yeah.
目的地はどこでしたっけ？
Well, it's a roguelike. It is very RNG.
Yeah, fine.
You can still win almost regardless of what you get, if you know enough about the mode. But you would have to not handicap yourself with extra demerits like playing 4 stars only. Yeah, I've only banned combat relics So anything that actually buffs your operator stats, gives you SP, DP, that kind of thing.
指示は
Effects outside of combat are fine.
Whatever you so many weaknesses.
Okay, we'll use it then. The reason I thought it was worth asking is because its effect on combat is pretty massive, because it gives you more recruits than anything else.
釘を打てば大丈夫
Yeah, it's mostly just for RNG control.
はい普段通り釘を打つ
Mission accomplished.
It's a pretty rare relic in any
Hard
case.
work, even an idiot can get the job done.
Ooh, I need 2 early pinecone. So I guess we can chill until the 3rd floor now. Nest is actually pretty great. With the blue combo it gives 4 lives. And I can start stacking shields almost immediately. So the plan is more or less to reach the boss with around
Saves us a lot
10-20
of
lives,
time if
walk
you
the boss and
surrender.
then leak everything else. Well, leak the elites anyway, I
Yeah,
can kill the
fine.
normal enemies. They're not that tanky. So, the other operators I should have: Roberta, 2 defenders, Gavio, pure streamer, optionally a 3rd medic, Pudenko, Pinecone, and then maybe Jaya. And Ethan, of course. And then I just ignore the bottom lane entirely and leak everything that comes down it.
ドローン飛べ はい気兼ねを引く
No, you're a Vermeo.
釘を打てば大丈夫
No duck. So we're sleeping until the end of the stage. I'm gonna go get some ice for my water.
Doesn't matter. Don't see any harm in this.
見えたよ
Hooray, back just in time.
まだまだ持ちますよ
Oh, timed stage.
With hard work, even an idiot can get the job done.
Pretty good start. We shouldn't struggle until we get really deep. Caper does make some sense too. So we're gonna try her out.
Finally giving me a real fun job 目的地はどこでしたっけ
The real question is how do you kill the stage as fast as possible?
バッテリーはまだまだ持ちますよ
T1 you're better off building spot,
プレイできるか
because the burst heal is more useful than the
引く
automatic healing,
What are you waiting? Watch me cut all that hair on
because the
your
automatic heal is so low. And Gummy's S2 is worse than Spot S1. So it's not really a lie in terms of new players. Obviously you can need to Gummy and her potential is higher, but that's also a higher investment.
このままノーカットで作戦
I think most people who try hard a lot would tell you that Spot is preferable to Gummy. That's not really something that's very disputed. Yeah, I actually mentioned it in that video. I just didn't have good footage for it. I couldn't find anything to record off the top of my head. A really stupid example is on SLEX6, the event with the stupid sheep things, where they can walk between a blocker and a corner. Like on SLEX6, you can place an operator here, and they would walk like this.
Alright then.
Spot is better outside of IS2. It's not about the hope cost. At low stats, he just has advantages.
ここですか？
It's not a bug, per se, it's just how the game works. It's definitely unintended behavior, so you can call it a bug if you want. Yeah, that's the optimal way to play IS3. Just take a screenshot of it.
指示をどうぞ。
I've tested it and I know it happens. I used to have footage of it before, cause that video was something that I wrote around 6 months ago, and I just finished the script now. Cause I kind of left it and went to play H204 for a month straight.
Whatever you catch.
Oh, did we have a ZT stage where that happened? I haven't noticed when I played it. But it's not an uncommon behavior. You even have it on
Into an easy
H204,
battle, you
where
say?
the Masti can walk between
Better
two
do it all
defenders.
over again.
We were just talking about this item. How timely. Thank you for the support item. Okay, we're gonna take Moose as a precaution against, in case we get stuck on the first boss. Try to use Gummy AS2 yourself in a situation where you really need healing, and then come back and tell me how you don't see the difference between Spot S1 and Spot S2. That skill is annoying as shit to time. Also, Spot heals for 25 seconds, Gummy heals for 20 seconds. That's a pretty massive fucking difference, don't you think? And also Spot has dodge. Now, here's an advantage that nobody's ever gonna tell you, because nobody plays with 4 stars. Gummy's S1 is not affected by attack speed, so if you're fighting an enemy that slows your attack speed down by, say, 80%, Spot will barely heal. Gummy S1 will still heal normally. Oh, unfortunate. I already to the medic. A caster.
There's a mission? I wanna go!
I guess we'll get this and this, and skip the stun bomb. Kayachigu. Yes, she has defense. She's also a healing defender, so you don't particularly care about her defense. Like, if you gain value from Gummy's death, you can probably just use a Rio defender instead of her, and gain better value. Which is why her S2 is so wonky, and it's probably been used like 5 times since the game has been out. Which is why people tell you to build Spot instead. I will go with Indigo. She will at least stop us from dying and substituting defense if nothing else. A bit of a trashy floor.
Finally giving me a real fun
The
job.
point is that even if you use it correctly, it's still worse than Spot's skill because it has a shorter duration in which it actually heals. Those 10 seconds in which she gains defense aren't free. It also delays the cycle of her next skill. It has more than one downside.
What should I play with you guys?
T2 obviously she's much better, but a T1 you just get more out of spot. I think the only time I've used Gummy S2 in the last 2 years was because I wanted to use her model to beat some trash enemies to death, and I wanted her to attack less. Sacrifice to preserve spot health.
Doesn't matter, so many weaknesses.
Yep, that's how this stage works. If you have an operator here, they just go straight into the hole. Works on emergency too. Saves a lot of DPS. Kind of breaks this stage and makes it by far the easiest floor to stage.
The #1 rule of playing a master prank is to be a prank master first.
More of these. This is what this thing does. Defenders first, because we need a bunch of them. Bosky is a bit of a risk. But we're not gonna finish this run without some greed, so let's take it. A risk that it will give me an item, not a risk that it will kill me. Yeah, he was free, but he's also Matterhorn. What was the condition? Reduced attack, more damage at a distance. That means sluggish should be playable. But I don't have a real medic, right? I think I can still do it. Like, we just need to nuke the casters. It's not that hard. Means I have a very low incentive to deploy Pinecone. So Caper in the front, casters in the back.
Got it.
What should I play with you guys?
There's an infinitely large void between a Crusher and a Rio Defender. Matterhorn is somewhere in that void, but he is nowhere close to a Crusher.
Yeah, fine.
Will Spot live long enough to use his heal? And
Doesn't matter to me.
hooray!
So many weaknesses.
We will slightly delay his death. Oh, it was just barely in range. Unfortunate. Don't really want to sacrifice a defender here, so we'll save it for later. Wait until they hit click, because they'll hit. I was hoping they hit Indigo next. Ah well. We can use this about now.
Good scenery here, Doctor.
Oh, we have an extra. Should be a pretty dead dog.
What are you waiting for? We're counting on you again today, little apple.
Yeah, fine.
Oh, I thought it was going into bubble. I've forgotten this. Not that it matters. It's still dead.
Mission accomplished.
Oh, you can see the condition at the top. News to me. Thank you, never noticed. I guess Sue is rough, or the dog shit is the real question. Am I allowed to take this item considering that it's fucking terrible and it will probably kill me? Bubble is Stewie 1. Agart or Myrtle? Nah, I took Bubble, so we can deal with the drone stage better. Yeah, that's the only thing Pinecone was ever gonna get. So I'm not surprised. I mean, you have to agree that it damages me more than it damages enemies. Especially with all the stupid running shit they do. You deploy one operators and how the enemies start running for your blue box. Why would I need to imagine triggering a mimic with Suizraf? I've done it more than once. You say that like it's not a common occurrence with that item. It gets taunted by mimics, I swear. The SP boost is still temporary, of course. It'd be a massive difference if it wasn't, but we were never gonna get that. Nor did I expect it. Yeah, but it's very minor. It functionally doesn't matter. You might get one more S1 during her skill. The extra damage is the more relevant bit.
Doesn't matter to me. Hey, catch.
Good on Executor. The attack speed actually helps on him. It means he will get one extra attack. The model on Executor means that it's actually worth getting S2 M3 on Executor now. It will be slightly better than his M2. The way it is right now, he does the same number of attacks on M2 and M3, but M3 lasts a bit longer, so it just delays his normal attack after. Yeah, if I get forced into Suizraf, I'd reset. For people who are thicker than me, that one was asking if I could pick it was a joke. I wasn't serious. No, I have to reset because it affects gameplay, so I wouldn't get good data. More than anything. We'll take this because we don't have a supporter and we'll try to get rid of it. I'm banned from using supporters until I can get rid of that item. Though it's pretty trash in any case. So we can just ignore it too. If my only supporter is Roberta, the effect will be very minimal. I'll keep playing on. If it affects the outcome, I'm not gonna consider it a valid run. How do you feel about End of Times? Because I don't really consider it a combat relic. So I'm kind of curious what the general consensus is. A reason I don't consider it a combat relic is because the effect of End of Times triggers after you leave the map. Also, it's essentially a fight remover. In the same sense that Rune is. Yeah, seems like everyone agrees that it's fine. We're taking it then. And we have our lost and found. We can't remove the item that can actually affect gameplay. So we're taking this. Can I actually win this one? Oh, it's very much a get out of jail kind of item, but so is any other kind of fight removal. So I don't see how End of Times is different. What do we have? The casters will be an issue. I'm thinking of removing the fights, which is why I'm stuck here. But I also need to take fights. Removing them isn't really in my interest. So I think the correct place to just take it and try to win. Myrtle S2 might make more sense. So, this one will be on Bubble healing duty. Actually, we're gonna use slightly different tiles from normal, so she can cover Pinecone too.
全員倒すしかありません。悪い人に立ち向かうぞ。I have to get serious now.
Not close at all.
ここですか？
That's an unfortunately dead Myrtle. Not really a problem.
Alright then.
The dead spot is much more of a problem.
Holding a shield is tiring.
If I look like I'm gonna start leaking, I'm probably just gonna burn End of Times right now. Would have gotten better value out of Myrtle S1. Here's a trick for those who don't know how End of Times works. That way you get to keep your lives. It's hardly worth it for me. That's a name for a gun YouTube channel. Can't say I'm that into guns, so I'm gonna pass on it. Hooray, a medic. This was a pretty cursed floor though. So I think we're going to die on the 4th floor. We should be able to kill the boss and then dying on the 4th floor is my prediction. I should leak a ton because I don't have enough healing. Is the gun registration as bad? If you can only get a gun from your local drug dealer in Romania, then yeah, it's about as bad.
We're counting on you again today, little apple. What? 逃げたいのなら道を照らしましょう。喧嘩？産物を潤すのがお水だよ。Becca con tu mami. From now on, this is my battle.
Oops, failed retreat.
喧嘩？ぐるっと一回で。
Oh, Indigo didn't cycle fast enough.
ここですか?
I really need to learn how to play this stage without Ethan. I'm really used to having him by this point. So my deploys are far from optimal.
I'm here to help. それ不法投棄。
Does Bubbo's talent affect the spider explosion? Only if the spider has hit her first. Otherwise, no. Bubbo's talent applies after she takes damage, not after she is attacked. I don't think the exploding spider is a separate entity, because when you have exploding spiders in CC, and you take something that increases attack, in general or on spiders specifically, it increases the spider explosion. I'm fairly sure I've debuffed spiders with moose too, so... but my memory is fuzzy there. Maybe test it out with Shamare or moose and see if they get an attack debuff. Actually, I'll do it after I die in this run. Which will not take long, believe me. This is one of the worst items in the game, by the way. The effect is great, but blocking 3 enemies and then having them not instantly disappear from the buff is so impractical. It's walk to so few operators too, like not everyone has 3 block. We can just use this as a remover. So I'd say I have the runes to get to the second ending now. But I'll just die on the first door. I don't have the squad for it later. The buff lasts for 30 seconds. That's just not good enough, is all. Not sure what I'll use a totter for, but... this is unplayable. Okay, time to start burning removals. If I hadn't eaten, I'd take the fight. And this is unplayable without Ethan. So we'll at least die on the next floor, you know? Yeah, the other two are much better, because they have a much easier activation condition. Is the encounter or the wish safer? I think the wish is safer, because I can get garbage items like this. No, the badge in IS2 is nothing like this. It's when you block one and it's a massive attack buff. That item is super broken. Okay, we're out of removals and we don't have a squad that can fight anything here. So we're just dead. No, Ethan this late into the run is pretty deadly. I wonder what March of the Dead is gonna look like if I try to do it. Let's find out. Who do we kick from this squad? I guess we need one more blocker, so Indigo has to go. And we're using Spot. That's so cursed. And maybe... yeah, we'll go with this.
ASAP, please.
It's stupidly overrated is what it is. The one that works with 2 block, the more common one is outright stronger than it.
Good scenery here, Doctor. We're counting on you again today, little apple.
These guys didn't do arts damage, right? Kind of don't remember at this point. Guess we're about to find out. Impossible to tank without a medic. Let's see how long my... Can Moose win 1v1? Yeah, actually she does. Whoa. That debuff becomes really useful against high attack. Good job, Moose. He won 1v1.
Alright then.
It's kind of troll that you get the elite ones, even when you're playing the normal mode.
Counting on you again today,
They're so deadly.
I see foul taking off. Probable ambush in the grass.
Dead. What do you mean mentioned? Moose has been in the squad for like half an hour now. So if we just get the removals, so we can avoid a fight on the 5th floor. And have 2 defenders, 2 medics, or alternatively 1 defender plus Ethan also works. Roberta, and then a mix like Podenko Pudding and Pinecone, so we can kill most of the trash. We should be able to survive through. It's just a question of getting that at that point. And Moose is worth picking up in case they have to fight the first standing. The trick on the first standing is that it just has very few enemies, so I can kind of just leak everything on the right side with enough lives. I have a bit of energy left. Oh yeah, spider experiment. We'll do the spider thing and then I'll end the stream. What stage has a spider quickly? 4-7.
Doctor.
So we're going to 4-7. We're just gonna have Moose kill 1 spider and Quartz kill 1 spider. And we'll compare the damage done. Quartz is the benchmark. So we know exactly how much damage it actually does.
I propose we begin our operation at the top of the hour. It'll be easier to keep track of time.
Well, we have to count for 2 spiders. That's fine. We'll just divide it by 2.
you got me.
So about 1000 damage. More like 550-ish. Whatever. Moose, they do physical damage. What does resistance matter? We'll have to account for the damage on the second spider, because she kills really quickly. But okay, she takes... what's that? 545 damage or so. I'm not calculating it exactly. It doesn't matter. The one-shot wall. So does she take less damage or the same damage? Yeah, she took significantly less on the second hit. So attack debuffs on the spiders affect the damage of the explosion. Because the first hit was like 500 something and the second one was 300-ish. In conclusion, attack debuffs work on the spiders. Bubble will work too, but spiders have to hit her before they explode. Is it? I'm fairly sure it's physical. Physical damage to surrounding units. Different spiders do different kinds of damage. Pretty sure we have spiders that do arts damage too when they explode. Let's take a look. Let's go through all the spiders. But the normal ones are physical. Let's see. These guys do physical and freeze. Scrolling through 1 million enemies. This game needs a fucking search bar. Scrolling. These guys just spawn leaks when they die. They don't explode. Yeah, I'm pretty sure CVD darts. I'm just scrolling to them and it's taking forever. And I'm just doing it slowly in case there's some spider I've forgotten. These are just normal slugs. Why do they even exist? Scrolling. Oh yeah, I didn't play most of the Monster Hunt, most of the HE event. And yeah, these guys do arts damage when they explode. Yeah, Moose interacts differently from most other debuffs. Oh yeah, and the TO spiders. I completely forgot about them. And this asshole does arts damage too. as the biggest boss luck. So Moose works like an attack buff would. You know, it stacks additively, but it has a negative value. So if you have an operator with 100 attack and they're debuffed by Moose, they go down to 55 attack. If they have a buff that gives them 45% attack, their attack would go to 145. With Moose's debuff, they would go back to 100. Other debuffers like Shamare debuff the total value at the end. So if something has 100 attack, she would debuff it to 50. If something is then buffed to 145, she'd debuff it to 70 instead of 100. So Moose is generally worse at debuffing anything that has an attack buff. The exception to this is in CV, where the vents are also an additive attack debuff for some reason. So when she stacks together with them, she can debuff enemies to absolutely nothing. Yeah, I can filter it to Elite and Leader, or something from here. Oh, apparently we had a search from here. Good to know, thanks. Can we use something here to find spiders quickly though? Infected creature. And then O. Yeah, that works. Okay, that's it for this team. Have a nice evening. We'll be back on Tuesday.